possibility that a large woman might one day swallow a small clergyman is one that has always appealed to me. My mind first started wandering in this direction one day in the zoo, while I stood watching a huge snake swallowing a live rat. The rat didn't wish to be swallowed. He was against it. But the snake had hypnotized him, so he had no chance, and down he went. The keeper told me it would take the snake 5 days to digest the rat. And that's when I got to wondering how long a large woman would take to digest a clergyman with all his clothes on if he were not too big. That, of course, would depend on the woman, but I know one or two who could have him for breakfast and still feel hungry at the end of it.
Every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. I keep under my body, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. St. Paul's first epistle to the Corinthians, chapter 9, verses 25 and 27. Dearly beloved, in this age of permissiveness, St. Paul is sadly out of fashion.
I could eat him, couldn't you? Edith.
Good day, good day. Miss Elphinstone, glorious flower arrangements as usual.
The secret is to get a grip on the stalks, Vicar.
Quite. Good morning to you. Good day. Good day. Nice to see you.
A small token, Vicar, from a spinster of this parish.
Miss Unwin, how very kind.
Oh! No harm done.
No, quite. They're meant to go on the floor, aren't they? Good day to you now. Steady, steady, boys, steady.
Vicar, may I introduce my niece, Mrs. Roach?
Julia.
How do you do?
Challenging sermon, Vicar.
Julia's staying with us for a few weeks. Her husband's in the States, on business.
Well, that's his story, anyway.
Oh, quite.
Don't forget my tennis party on Saturday. I'm counting on you for the mixed doubles.
Well, I'm rather a rabbit, I'm afraid, Lady Birdwell.
Oh, but I adore rabbits. I've bagged you already.
Oh, well, with Julia as your partner, you're bound to win. Come along, darling.
Shall I lock up, Vicar?
No, I'll lock up.
You forgot last week.
Yes. Yes, well, that was because...
How's your rash, Vicar?
Oh, it comes and goes.
Our lad had that. Giant urticaria, they call it. Nerves. He got over it once he was caught in regular.
Good day. You?
Lord Jesus, think on me and purge away my sins. from earth-born passion set me free and make me pure within.
Georgie!
Lord Jesus, think on Georgy, Porgy, pudding and pie.
Georgie! Georgie Porgy!
Yes, Mummy.
Don't call him Georgy Porgy, dear. You give the boy a complex.
Basically, Georgie Porgy, your father is a timorous man. Like all socialists. Taste my sherry. It's very dry.
Claire!
It's called Manzanilla.
He's too young for alcohol. He doesn't need that kind of stimulus.
Don't be frightened, Georgie. Drink it. The child must experience everything, Boris. Everything without shame. You've ruined my skirt. You stupid child.
I'm sorry.
You're just like your father. Hopeless. Because it's Sunday, Georgie, I'm going to tell you about Mohammed.
Claire, we'll be late for the Harpington Humanists.
Oh, humanism can wait, Boris. Our pudding and pie needs to know about every religion, so he has a choice when he grows up. Now, Georgie, if you must have a religion, and I'm not saying that you must, then I suppose Mohammedism is as good as any. It's all based on keeping healthy. You can have lots of wives, but you mustn't ever smoke.
Why not, Mummy?
Because if you have lots of wives, you have to be virile, Georgie.
What's virile?
Being full of bounce in bed, like this.
I do that by myself sometimes.
Well, when you're married, you'll both do it. Bounce, Georgie, bounce. There.
Claire, please!
Oh, I think your father's jealous. Oh, what a pet you are. Scrumptious.
Mummy.
Another thing about the Mohammed is that... Oh, we'll do it on the rug.
Claire,
Come on.
we're late!
Come on, Pudding, over here. Now, we're supposed to be facing east.
Claire!
Oh, don't nag, Boris. Mohammed never gets constipated.
Stick to the facts, Claire!
You ought to be doing this, not us. If only you bent over and touched the ground with your forehead. Come on, Georgie. They do it morning, noon, and night, facing Mecca. And that's why they never get constipated. Unlike your father.
Please, Mummy, can't I have a story? Just once. As it's my birthday.
Darling, you know perfectly well I don't tell stories. I don't believe in stories.
Just for once.
Dearest Pudding, the world is much too wonderful to bother with stories. Let's look at your new book together, shall we?
Well,
It tells how Daddy and I made you.
I know.
Huh? There's been whispering at school, has there? Dirty little sniggers in corners.
No.
Well, this book makes it all clear and above board, Pudding. There.
Rats! He's got rats!
They're hamsters!
He confiscated them from the choir boys.
I didn't want my garden doing. God preserve me from the spinsters of this parish.
Vicar! Doesn't it look better? So much bigger with the grass cut.
Everywhere is so parched.
Hey!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Quite refreshing. Just what I needed. Nothing like a cold shower, Vicar.
Tea time, girls.
Where is he?
I hope you don't mind. I borrowed your bib. It's tea time. Won't you join us? Oh, I know you bachelors. You'll never eat a thing. Georgy Porgy. Wake up, Georgy Porgy. Wake up. Josephine has just started having her babies. It's a perfect opportunity. You can watch the whole process.
I don't want to.
Don't argue, Pudding. Come on.
Stop it, Napoleon. Josephine's busy.
It's all because of you.
Silly girl. She's trying to hide the baby from us. Go around the other side, Georgie. You can see better. See how she's washing the baby? Now just imagine, my pet, that the baby is you and Josephine is me. Isn't it funny to think I used to do almost exactly the same thing to you once? Oh, look. She's fondling it and kissing it all over. There. She's really kissing it now, isn't she? Exactly like you and me.
She's eating it. Mommy, she's eating it.
My darling.
No! Georgie! Eating me. Georgie! Darling!
Do have one, George. May I call you George?
Delicious, Edith.
I think not, thank you.
Why do you keep hamsters, George? They scared poor Miss Unwin stiff.
One of the choir boys,
Are they male or female?
predominantly female, I think.
You really should have one, George. You look sort of hungry.
Excuse me.
Where's he gone now?
Call of nature, I suppose.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
You know, someone should really take him in hand.
You're old Meccano, eh?
Yes, I had to soak it in oil to loosen the nuts.
These are the ladies.
That's right. This is Miss Elphinstone. The plump one is Miss Unwin, and the rather sleek one is Julia Roach. Well, at least that's how I like to think of them.
They ain't had no how's your father for a week, right?
No, indeed.
And what do you call that big bloke at the other end?
George. Male. That's sort of me.
Oh, is he? Aye.
Now, the big question is, will the females go for the male or for the nuts and raisins?
Why do you want to know, Vicar?
It's just an experiment, Mr. Pollard.
I'll lay you they go for the fool. Grub first, then nookie, eh?
Well, I can see that you're a sporting man, Mr. Pollard. Right. We'll let them go, shall we?
On your remarks, ladies. Well, blow me. For you, Vicar, you were right.
Dare I suggest that you donate it to the Fabric Fund, Mr. Pollard?
Right, my pleasure. I'll do that right away.
Well, George, our reward is knowing that the females really are more lascivious than the male. When it was your turn, you went for the nuts and raisins. I know where I stand now. Thank you, George. Point proved. My advantage, I think. If I had meant well, if I had meant well, God will reward me.
Considering if you dare take a sip of our fruit cup.
Oh, it's scrumptious.
No, lemonade, I think.
Oh, George, this is so much better for you than fizzy lemonade. Carbon dioxide attacks the lining of the stomach. Didn't you know?
Really?
Don't be frightened, George. Drink it. Don't be frightened, Georgie. Drink it.
Not too sticky for you, Vicar.
We don't eat the mint. Or the cucumber. That's his third.
There's something amusing. Mensana incorpore sorrow.
You were right, George.
Yes, perfect. I may sing a song.
Oh, he's feeling happy.
Tremendous nectar.
George, why don't you and I take a little walk outside and see the lupins clear our heads?
Fine. Lovely.
I'm sure Julia can help him, if anyone can.
We can cool off in the boathouse.
I am cool as a cucumber.
A little touch on the tiller, George, just to keep us on course.
You're a very understanding woman, Julia.
Relax, George. So nice here. It's not a fantasy.
I'd quite like to touch your ear.
Oh? Do. Why don't you kiss me, George? Kiss me, George. Don't be a rabbit.
She's eating it. Mommy, she's eating it.
My darling.
No, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to eat me, aren't you? Eat me, eat me, eat me.
Mummy. Mummy. No. Go away. Go away! Mummy!
Darling!
You're swallowing me.
Mummy, you're swallowing me!
Georgie!
Morning, George. Where are we today?
In the primary section of the duodenal loop, just above her right kidney.
I believe we can escape.
Well, I don't want to escape.
My dear Vicar. Why ever not?
Because they're chasing me.
Who?
Not telling.
Nobody's chasing you.
Oh, yes, they are, and I bet they're chasing you as well. And you're too scared to admit it.
No.
Well, then why do you keep coming down here, then? I bet you were with Julia as well, and got yourself swallowed up just like I did. And you're ashamed about it. I'm not. Anyway, it's nice and comfortable down here. It's warm and safe and soft. Listen, you won't tell her where I'm hiding, will you?
Tell who, George?
Mummy. Georgy, Porgy, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, Georgy, Porgy ran away.